You're watching Fox 10 Phoenix now.
The Fox 10 news alert that we are following for you. One person is dead after a single vehicle crash. This is in Chandler. Police responded to the scene. This is near Gilbert Road and Doral Drive. A little after 2:30 this morning, police say the driver drove off the road and then hit a tree. The vehicle then caught fire. The driver, unfortunately, was pronounced dead on scene. No word on why that driver may have lost control of the vehicle to begin with.
And we take you to California for this next story. The nation is watching what is happening all over Southern California. Powerful winds, dry vegetation. They are very, very gusty through that part of the nation. They're helping, of course, several wildfires unfortunately burn out of control in Southern California.
The images are heartbreaking. They're scary. It's unbelievable to see what's happening in Southern California. And officials say there aren't enough fire resources to keep up. So let's get out to Ron with the very latest. And Ron, it is just unbelievable what's happening.
Yeah, Ty, it's been a frantic scene in the overnight hours in California. Thousands of people are being evacuated from their homes late last night into the early morning hours and not knowing if they'll ever have a home to return to, because boy, the images, they show you home after home being destroyed as this fire literally, look at the thick black smoke there into the hills where so many homes have been built. 13,000 structures under threat as of last night. That we're talking buildings. And it's just not clear how many of those 13,000, how many homes is that? But the destruction is causing not just those kind of problems, but now we have tens of thousands of people without power. Crews were busy battling the blaze at Palisades, and then there's been a second blaze called the Eaton Fire that is burning in the Altadena area. And then there's some dramatic videos showing people trying to save their homes just with their hoses. Eaton Fire has grown to more than 2,200 acres with mandatory evacuations there. Both infernos are growing because of the tinderbox dry conditions and the Santa Ana winds at some near record levels.
An ember landing into a fuel bed. It's 100% receptive, and it's off to the races.
November, December, now January. There's no fire season. It's fire year. It's year round.
That's the governor soon after he did announce a state of emergency. The rush to leave created traffic jams on roadways, frustrated motorists. More than 24 abandoned cars literally had to be bulldozed out of the way, though, so crews and resources could get through. So in a statement, President Joe Biden has offered any federal assistance needed. But of course, this firefight is happening on the ground as we speak right now. They are planning on holding a news conference at about 9 o'clock this morning, our time. We'll stay on top of it, guys.
All right, Ron, thank you so much. It is heartbreaking to see what is happening in that part of the country.
Yeah, really is.
Here in Yuma, now in Arizona, dealing with a pair of wildfires burning near the city.
So take a look. These are some images of what's being described as the ranch fire. The Arizona Department of Forestry and Fire Management say the flames are only about 6 acres right now, but they are near an RV and mobile home park. The good news is the fire is moving towards an unpopulated area, but there is also another fire burning just a few miles away. The cattle fire is up to 25 acres. It is threatening nearby utility lines, but not any homes at this time. So we'll keep tabs on this one as well.
Yeah, and very unusual to see these type of fires burning in Arizona in the winter months. I mean, this is the time where crews take advantage of those cooler temperatures for prescribed burns, but that is not the case. Strong winds in the high country also sparking concerns for crews battling the Horton fire. This is northeast of Payson, right along that Mogollon Rim, and very rugged terrain. In the past 3 weeks, it has grown more than 8,300 acres. The fire, 23% contained. Smoke and flames are visible from State Route 26, and you probably can smell it in this part of the state as well. Several communities remain on a set evacuation status. Those are on your screen. We have them up for you here. Christopher Creek, Hunter Creek among them. The cause of the fire right now remains under investigation, but we'll make sure that we bring you any new updates we receive from some of those incident command teams throughout the day. Cooler temperatures and more. Arizona finally under a winter weather alert.
Dominic Newland joins us live with a look at that. Good morning.
Good morning, guys. As you can see, it's still very gusty out here this morning. Those flags behind me flapping in the wind. This isn't really the cute Beyonce wind weather. It's a little bit more intense out here. So keep that in mind if you are headed out the door this morning. It may be a hot day. And we should have some video for you to show. This is out of Goodyear. And this was happening overnight. You can see really high winds, a lot of dust around the Goodyear ballpark. And while, of course, this is nothing as extreme compared to what California is currently experiencing, it certainly can be felt in some areas at times, including right here where we are in Phoenix. And there has been some rain also happening throughout the night. Though some places also seeing some snowfall. We should have a look for you at Arizona Snow Bowls cam. While much of this is coming from the snowmaking machines at the ski resort, the National Weather Service forecasted about an inch of snow in the area overnight. And then in southern Arizona, there's a freeze warning in effect for much of the state. A freeze warning will be going into effect tonight at midnight. This will include parts of Maricopa, Pinal, Gila, and Greenlee counties. Those warnings will be in effect until 9 a.m. tomorrow. So people are just being reminded, protect your plants, outdoor plumbing. If you have any pets, make sure they're inside. Also make sure any of your outdoor furniture is really secured for safety purposes. And of course, Crystal will be keeping you posted all throughout the morning on what you can expect. And also you can download our Fox 10 weather app for sure. But just keep in mind, once again, if you're headed out the door, you can expect to hear and feel these wind gusts today. I'm sending it back to you.
All right, Dominique, thank you. Fire crews trying to figure out what created this apparent explosion followed by a fire. It happened at a mobile home park in Apache Junction. This was a scene here that we have for you this morning from Sky Fox last night after the fire was put out. One person was taken to the hospital, but superstition firefighters tell us the flames were under control pretty quickly.
We don't have any hydrants in this mobile home park.
To Idaho Command.
So that was our only hiccup, but we got water here super fast. We never ran out of water. Our crews did an amazing job shuttling water from trucks to trucks, so we did really good with this one.
Thank you to the crews who made it so quick out to the scene here. A number of neighbors at the park told us here at Fox 10 they heard an explosion and then they saw the flames.
Sit down watching TV, I heard like a real massive explosion, and it sounded like somebody hit the wall behind my trailer. So I grabbed my phone, came running out, went to the end of my trailer, looked over here, seen the flames.
So it's still unclear what caused the fire as the investigation continues this morning. Realty check. A new law is now in effect, allowing casitas to be built more easily on single-family lots.
Yeah, we spoke with some local businesses who specialize in these type of casita, and he tells us that customers are ready to start building these. The new law will actually loosen restrictions for all Arizona cities with a population greater than 75,000, helping homeowners build bigger structures on their properties. A builder tells us he's made several sales this past week from customers who've been waiting for the law to take effect, and the need for casitas are increasing, he says.
The cost of homes in Arizona has gone up substantially, so this is another way. So they save on land costs, right, because they're able to build on the existing property, so it saves people money.
He says the majority plan to have family live in those casitas on their property.
Welcome back. So this is good news for drivers. We're kind of a commuter city for all you folks who live in the burbs and maybe you drive across town. There's some big construction projects on the road that will be wrapping up this year.
So Danielle is live with ADOT on this Wednesday morning with those details and what they have planned for the year ahead. Good morning, Danielle.
Hey guys, good morning. Yeah, so we know those two major projects are going to be wrapping up. That is excellent news for drivers here in the valley. But of course, there's plans and projects moving forward as well. So two main projects that ADOT is going to be focusing on. We have Doug Ninsel here with ADOT with us this morning. One is going to happen in the fall, and the other is going to start sometime when it warms up a little bit.
Yeah, folks in the West Valley will have a couple of projects that get underway this year. So that's good news in that the Loop 303 currently ends at Van Buren Street, just south of I-10 out in Goodyear. we're going to start the project that extends that freeway south all the way to Maricopa County 85 or MC 85. So we're going to start that this fall. So it's more than half a dozen miles of new freeway that will be put in. It's about a 3-year project. So again, we're advising folks to start getting set for that project to start this fall.
And you guys have another one coming up as well.
Yeah, on I-10 at the Loop 101, that interchange near, not far from, say, State Farm Stadium, the Glendale area. What we're going to do is add new HOV lane ramps down the center of that interchange so that folks who are carpooling during the rush hours and folks who aren't carpooling during the non-rush hours, they'll be able to use those ramps to and from the downtown Phoenix area. So that those are going to be great additions to the interchange there, and some other ramp improvements that will help with the overall movement of traffic.
Yeah, and that allows people not to dart over in traffic to try to get off or...
Exactly. It's about being able to cut down on the merging, and that can get drivers into trouble. So it'll be great to make the improvements at the interchange. That project will get underway by this summer.
And then when will that wrap up?
So that's about a 2-year project. So again, summer, it's kind of hard to think about the year 2027 already, but that's what we'd be looking at.
Okay, well, we have to end with some good news, guys. Okay, so the Broadway Curve Improvement Project, that has been, wow, a massive project in the making. You guys are almost wrapping up that project.
Yeah, to think back to 2021 and getting things underway out there, the project has gone very well. So we're looking for the first half of this year to wrap up all the work that has to take place. We're going to complete the elevated ramps that connect State Route 143 with I-10. So important for the connections to and from Sky Harbor Airport. So those ramps will all come into play. We've got some pedestrian bridges over I-10 that will come to completion as well. And then just finishing up any of the work that has to happen with all the new lanes that have been added.
And then really quick, I'm getting the wrap here, Doug, but okay. I-17, the flex lanes, those are almost done as well.
Well, it's going to be this year. And so we're looking to finish that work. The good news, earlier in the year, we'll open the new third lanes between Anthem Way and Black Canyon City, and then we'll focus on finishing the flex lanes, which will be in play between Black Canyon City and Sunset Point, again, looking toward the end of this year.
Awesome. Doug, thank you so much. We appreciate it. All right, guys, we'll send it back to you.
All right. We're looking forward to those projects being done.
I know.
Get that traffic flowing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for
get
sure.
Get to work faster. I know all you want to get to work faster.
Just what we all want, right?